rifts that can be increased by a look at how the economy is faring in different parts of the province. And so we have regional economic strategies. One of the reasons that we have regional economic development funds is because there are different needs in different parts of the province, and there are different opportunities for investment in business, and there's a different degree of need to have that kind of government involvement. But it has meant that having the Southwestern Ontario Development Fund or the Northern Ontario Heritage Fund, it means that there are opportunities created in a way that they wouldn't be if government wasn't involved. And so we've tried to address some of those challenges. I also think that the rural-urban divide can be exploited for political means, and the notion that somehow at Queen's Park we don't think about the North or we don't think about rural Ontario, it's just not true. I mean, we try very hard to address challenges. I'll give you an example of one that we're working on right now, and that is, how do we make sure that rural schools are not closed in a way that is going to really debilitate communities' economic development opportunities. And I've said to my colleagues, as we go into this budget, we need to have a strategy, because there are rural schools in this province that are absolutely necessary, or there are communities that need to have schools, whether it's the school that exists right now or whether it's a school that is created because the school boards work together or the school boards work with municipality to create a hub that has a school and has health services and has employment services all in one hub. That's the conversation that we need to have. So there will continue to be those kinds of different discussions, rural and urban, but that doesn't mean we have to stand in opposition to one another. It doesn't mean that the government is favoring one part of the province over another. It just means that there are different needs, and we have to have different solutions depending on what part of the province we're talking about. Okay, Joe?
We believe in school boards. I think that school boards play an important role. So, we know, Mr. Speaker, that there are examples of school consolidations where there have been two small schools.
The member from Leeds Grenville come to order.
And two small schools that have been consolidated, Mr. Speaker, and a new school has been built. And I believe that Garfield Dunlop at one point was singing the praises of just such a consolidation. Mr. Speaker, those are the kinds of decisions that local school boards need to make.